If you're watching this video, I guarantee you fall into one of two categories. First, you might be an artist with big dreams, grinding it alone, wearing every hat: writer, performer, marketer, producer, manager, everything. And then you look at your friends or others with more success than you, and you think to yourself, if only I had a manager or a team, everything would be easier. Or maybe you're in the second category. You've got a manager, maybe even a team, but you're still not seeing the results that you want. Well, here's the truth. Throughout your entire career, no one will ever care as much as you do about your music. And in the modern age, being an artist means taking control of your career. You can't just sit back and hope things will fall into place, or the industry and life will end up steering for you. So what does this actually mean? Well, if you spend 100% of your time creating music, all the important decisions about your career will be made by somebody else. And if you spend 100% of your time managing your career without setting aside enough time to create, you'll lose that connection to the music itself. That's why it's crucial to balance both. You have to know when to set aside time to be the artist and when to set aside time to be the manager, regardless of whether you have a manager or not. Because even with a manager, you still need to be the boss of your own career. Mastering this balance is what will set you free to create without limits. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Alright, so what's the difference between manager time and creator time? Imagine that each successful day fills up a glass. For a manager, success is about handling the day's small but essential tasks: calls, networking, emails, scheduling, meetings. Their day is divided into many quick interactions and shorter time slots, which lets them stay productive even when they're frequently switching between tasks. But for artists, it's the opposite. Creative work requires deep, uninterrupted blocks of time to get into a state of flow. This focus allows ideas to fully develop and gives you the freedom to follow through without distraction. And here's the thing. If a manager works with another manager, or an artist collaborates with another artist, it all flows smoothly. Managers thrive on quick exchanges, and artists can get into that deep, uninterrupted focus that they need. Problems arise, though, when you try to combine the two. If you, as an artist, switch between manager and creator modes, or even just attempt both in the same day, it disrupts your focus. Managing these two parts within yourself as an artist is where true productivity lies. So why is balance so important? Imagine starting your day with meetings or emails, or even replying to texts. Right away, your mind is filled with manager tasks, scattering your focus and making it harder to switch into creative mode later. That quick work you thought would be helpful actually makes it harder to enter a state of flow when it's time to create. But let's flip it around. If you leave all of your manager tasks to the end of the day, you may never get to them. Without those tasks, your career doesn't move forwards. Now, add in your day job, personal commitments, and the balance can feel impossible. So how do you find that middle ground? Well, the solution lies in setting boundaries and protecting your creator time. Balance might look different for everyone, but here's a solid way to start. Break your week into different days. If you have a 9-to-5 job, use those work days for manager tasks and quick errands. Don't expect to do deep creative work. Focus on those smaller tasks so that by the end of the day you feel accomplished. And on your days off, protect your creative time fiercely. Plan those long, uninterrupted blocks so you can dive fully into artist mode. Over time, you'll get better at knowing which times of the day work best for each mode. For instance, I know that my mornings are best for creative work when my mind is fresh, so I protect that time for deep focus. And once I've done my creative work, I can shift into manager tasks. But remember, in life, your managers might not just be industry roles. They include family or friends or a day job or other responsibilities. And it's up to you to manage these so that you fill your glass in a way that allows you to stay creative. Over time, you'll become a master of managing your time. I suggest starting your day with the most important task, which for most artists is creative work, and adding other tasks, meetings, calls, or planning later in the day. If you're someone who works better in the evenings, adjust accordingly. The key is to set aside enough time to be fully immersed in each role and protect yourself from distractions. Be clear with friends and family that this is your work time. Turn off your notifications or even put your phone outside the room if needed. I'm sure people will still be able to reach you in an emergency, but you'll be protecting your time for the things that matter to drive your career forwards. And if you're still struggling to plan your time around a full-time job, just click here and I'll show you exactly how.